the problem that I'm seeing with club soccer in the United States is it's really about money. If you have a lot of money and can go to one of the more prestigious clubs, you're going to get more scouts coming out to look at you from, high division 1 colleges or MLS teams or whatever it may be. You don't really see that at high school games. So I think club is definitely the priority, but I mean, even then the college system is messed up too.
But like, I want to know, yeah, because like the one thing, obviously we have a UK individual, we got the American boys, so I think it's only right that we talk about American fans and the European fans, because like there's a big distinct difference between the two sets of fans. I think before I bring it to you guys, I want to ask, what in your opinion is like the biggest difference between the two sets of fans?
Ethan, I think you could take it first since you're more informed on the soccer or the football scene.
I think the biggest difference is like it's two things. Like, it's the passion, you know what I mean? It's not that like American players, like, we have passion, but like passion as in like for memes, like, and for the jokes, not really for like the teams, you know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of it has to do with like, bro, like the games in the United States to go to like NFL games, NBA games are like cheaper. They're closer to like soccer, like the ability to go to like soccer games or football games. I'm on my second one.
Get out of here.
I'm on my second one.
No, I might be out too.
But like NFL games, dog, they're so expensive. Like you were saying, like the $5,000 like it would take to go to. That's a normal average NFL game, dog. It's ridiculous. It's like in the 500, 600s to sit in the nosebleeds. Like, bro, I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan.
Even the seats in the heavens, like you know them seats
like nosebleeds. Yeah, those are like 800, 900 bags, easy. And it could be a no-name. It'll be a no-name game. Like, it'll be a guaranteed win against like some crappy team. Like, dog, like it's so expensive. And so a lot of these, like, Gage, you been to a Packers game?
No, I mean, I've been to a Packers game, but it was in Houston. I have not
exactly.
Been to Lambeau,
See, like,
so.
I've never been to a Cowboys game.
So there's a lot of fans that support the team, but I've never gone to the stadium.
I've gone, yes, yeah, a lot of them. I've gone to Cowboys Stadium because, like, I'm from Dallas, so we go, bro. It's like every year school trip. And let me tell you, that stadium, chef's kiss, dog. You can do everything in there.
It's beautiful.
Like, it's like a mall.
Yeah.
It's like a mall. But, like, I've never been to a Cowboys game in there. Like, I've never been there. Plus, we don't have chants. Like, we don't have chants. We don't have songs.
I was just about to say, I really don't think the atmosphere in American sports are anything like the atmosphere of European soccer.
College sports would be the closest.
Maybe maybe like a college football game is the closest, but like just all of the energy that are at football games, I've been to a couple football games in Mexico, Atlas, Chivas, just a couple of those clubs. And I mean, those are Mexican Premier League or the Mexican League teams, and they're still crazy. They're rowdier than any other game I've been to in the United States. So I can only imagine what European football is like.
That's crazy.
Like the closest thing, like Monti, like, bro, I went one time, like you know a lot of the Argentinian teams, right? My I think it was my uncle took me to a Banfield and Lanús game. Dog, I've never seen anything like it, bro. They throwing bottles on the field, fireworks, everything. I'm like, bro, they couldn't. I kept telling my pops, because me and him were the two only black guys in Argentina at the time. We're the only two black guys there. I said, pops, they could not do this at a Cowboys game. They would kick us right out of here. Like, they wouldn't have none of it, bro.
Is it like I'm gonna show something to you guys so you guys can see like a big thing that is within European like football. But before I touch on that, I don't know what it is. Like, is it like there's regulations? So, like, for example, you're not allowed to bring, I don't know, firecrackers to the stadium. Is that what goes on? So, like, you can't bring flares, you can't bring.
Yeah, we don't have none of that.
So you can't bring them into no NFL stadium.
Yeah, you can't. Like
security. No, so security
at the Super Bowl is
unbelievable.
Bro, you would have thought the president was there. You thought it was the president was there or something. Like the amount of security that's there.
So, as far as I'm aware, I think the NBA has less restrictions, but the NFL, they have a clear bag policy. You cannot come in with anything that is not like a clear bag, and it can only be like a certain size. So you can't fit shit in there. It's literally just like, we want you to come in with your money, and that's it.
And then when the game is over, get out. Like, we don't want y'all. You know.
So they rush you out. So you can't even like chill, relax, take pictures.
Oh, you can stay for like maybe like 15 minutes, but bro.
Oh no, half an hour plus.
No. Get out. Like,
it depends. I will say it depends, because sometimes like they will have a show like close to the venue right after. So like I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan. Like right after the Spurs games, on some nights they'll have a band perform out like in the courtyard, and it'll encourage people to stay a little bit longer, but it doesn't have anything to do with the game. It's not people like out there chanting, "Go Spurs, go!"
Purely sports related. I'm not talking about like the externals. Shit.
Game's over. Get out.
You see what I'm trying? Like, now you're starting to connect the dots. Like, bro, like it's not the same. Like the culture ain't the same. Like, don't get me wrong. I love American football. I love basketball. Like, it's up there with soccer. Like, I don't know what I'd be in my life if I didn't have those three things. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just different. Like, we just don't have like, you see these, like, you see the banners. Like, we don't got these for football. We don't got these for American football.
He was on your flow. He said something again. You know.
You're gonna have to cut us some. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut us some slack, man. Because
you're speaking from the heart. I can feel it. But you know what? I'm gonna let you run. Go ahead. Go run.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's football.
Like even the jerseys. Like the jerseys are so like. You don't rep like a soccer jersey or that's my take, bro. Allow me. Like a football jersey, like it's so easy like to get one. Like you can get especially knockoffs, bro. Like you can just get one and just.
Knockoffs, they're like max $40, like $40-$50, like max. Like they're the knockoffs, like the replicas that the club. So the club there, then also knowledgeable in it. Like they know if you want the authenticated one. Like not everyone can afford that, so they make replicas, which is like knockoffs of the real ones, but it's like half the price, it's discounted. But we, as like Premier League fans and European fans, we are in uproar because back in the day when I was growing up, authenticated kits used to be like £60-70 max. What do they do? And even back then as well, kits used to be every 2 seasons every year. So every 2 seasons, you'll see them wearing the same kit because 2 seasons is not that deep. Like
I'll wait a year.
It's not a big deal at the end of the day. Like, plus marketing back then wasn't as huge as what it is now. Now every season, every year, new kits. Bro, I'm tired, bro. Like sometimes
you can't keep up with it.
Yeah, you can't, bro. Like the niggas that keep up with it, like you're spending your money on you. Yeah. Like, I can't do that. I can't like I'll buy like my kit once every like 5 years.
Hey.
I'll even retro kits. I'll rep them 100%, but not that.
Yeah, bad. Like I have like. I'd say my basketball jersey, like I have a Kobe Lakers one from when I was a kid, bro. Like, and it's one of those ones like after the whole tragedy, like I don't like wearing it. You know what I mean? Like just sentimental value. So that's what I'm saying. Like when both of our podcasts get big and we got all the mansions and all that, I'm gonna have it framed in the crib and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like that's one of those things. And like that's the same. Like I have a Bron jersey. Like I don't even have like a Luka Doncic like jersey. I'll have just a shirt like with the number and everything. You know what I mean? It's just like. You know what I mean? Like it's just so expensive, dog. Like
we thought like I'm trying to relate this to it. We thought so. Our like jersey prices used to be like $80 in your equivalent in back in the day, but then they upped it to like $120, and we was furious. And we was like, whoa, you're taking our money. Like we go to our games, relax. Like what the hell? And then we thought that was bad. Then I come to America, bro. I went to Seattle one time, innit? I went to Seattle, and then. I was there. I was invited to come through, play at the what's it called, man? The Sounder Stadium. Is it CenturyLink?
Yeah, CenturyLink. That's where the Seahawks play. But that stadium is nuts.
Yeah, that stadium. I played on it. Like it's one of my small flexes in life. They get me. I played on that pitch.
What'd you think of it? What'd you think of like the American football stadium?
Oh, Chris. However, I went to the fan shop, like, you get me? Bro, basically, luckily for me, like, they said, pick one thing that you want. It's on the house, don't worry, you get me? You're a player, whatever. So, obviously, I look at my coach, yeah, and I say, oh, like, I'm allowed here? You give me views. I said, hey. So, left. I was looking. Bro, I honestly said, you know what, yeah? I'm a nice person at heart. I don't want to slap the most expensive thing on the table and say, hey, like, I said, you know, let me go to the clearance section, the sales section. Bro, the previous season's Seahawks top was like 150 plus. I was like, why is this here? So you're telling me this is a discounted price? What was the original price? What
Bro,
I was like, hell no. Oh my God.
And the thing is, they will not discount the jerseys unless like the
player leaves.
If the player leaves, then they'll discount the jersey.
The player left. So,
was it Russell Wilson? Who was it?
Oh, I don't know if he left now or back then. The number 88. I just got it because of the nice number, like 8 and 8.
Who's it?
That was Doug Baldwin, right?
Yes. That was dope. Yeah. Hey, look at Gage. Look at Gage.
Bro, I told you.
Man.
Big brain.
Whilst we're on the topic of fans, let me show you what happened last night, and there's context is needed. So
are you gonna put it on the screen for everybody to see?
Yeah.
All right.
So like after I explain, the viewers can see too. So I'm gonna say it in the European way, and then I'm gonna try to relate it to the American fans as best as I can, and then you guys can help me if
I got you.
wrong. Yeah, cool. So yesterday was Thursday night. So my local team, Feyenoord from the Netherlands, they were playing in a European semi-final. The first semi-final since 2002. So this was a big deal, you get it, in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam. So obviously Feyenoord is known for the atmosphere, their fans, active fan base, innit? So we got told, or not we, but like the fan base got told by the club, make us proud. They said, make us proud. So what happened? The following things happened, like we made it great. Like there was a big tifo, like saying like we're back or some, you know me, like we're here to stay type of tifo, proper serious. And to relate to the American fans, it's like imagine going to an AFC final, if I'm not mistaken, and like
championship,
so you're one game from the Super Bowl. So this year, one game from the Super Bowl. The club says to you as fan base, make us proud. This is what happened, and I'm gonna play the clip now. And this is the aerial picture, like there's smoke coming out of the stadium.
Hey Gage, no way! Hey Gage, no way in hell Jerry Jones gonna let that happen at AT&T. No way in God's green earth he gonna let that happen.
You think that was the home fans? Oh no! The away fans joined in. So look at the top, yeah. So the away section of the stadium's there. Look at the fans in the away section. They were lighting it up, and then.
Bro, that's nuts. I want to go. That's what I'm saying. I want to go to one of those like once in my life. Like I gotta see that.
That's crazy.
Everyone. It's culture.
That's what I'm saying.
And
my shortness of breath, I would have been passed out because of smoke.
This is coming from the guy who passed out in the shower.
Bro, that was so tough, bro. I almost did it again, Gage, like the other day, dog. Oh my god.
Monty, I don't think Ethan would be able to handle that because
we're
referring to the heat, man. But yeah, again, I think you're 100% right with like the atmosphere though. Like
I wanted to show you the POV of what that looks like from the inside.
Oh, let's see it.
Stadium. So I'm gonna play the clip now.
Basically, what I'm getting from this is like, this would be like, if this is like when the players are coming out of the tunnel, this would be the equivalent to like the fire that is like at the tunnel when like the Cowboys come out, or like the smoke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, I get that.
But at a very lower level. Yeah, exactly. So like, this is like, oh, because the Cowboys are like, oh, the team is gonna put it together. This one is the fans are gonna bring the fire, and we're gonna do it ourselves.
And the closest thing you'll see that maybe is like a playoff game, like everybody's wearing white out, or we all going black, you know what I mean? Dress at funerals on that type of time, you know what I mean? Like, that's the closest thing we're gonna get to. They not letting us go fireworks or nothing.
Towels too.
You know what's so funny? Even like, that's Europe, like mainland Europe. So within the continent, they do a lot of stuff. The Premier League is the one, like the English clubs, they don't really have that culture. I think like only a few clubs bring like flares and firecrackers into the stadiums and whatnot. But like the English fans, they have their own way of doing it, which is like chants, the pre-game. So like people as early as like 3 hours before the game, they will make the road. So they say no, don't use the main road. Use the road that we've created as fans. 2 sets of fans from either side. The coach has to go through. And then what happens? The coach will go through. Like the team coach has the players. You can literally see them within the window. Yeah. There's flair, like Liverpool do it, United do it, Crystal Palace in London do it. Like, it's a big thing. But give it to props to Europe, like mainland Europe, because they do it 10 times harder. France, the Netherlands, Germany, like a lot of them type of countries, they go crazy. Spain, they go crazy with their firecrackers and the flares and stuff. Like, they'll light up the whole stadium. Go Turkey. I dare you go to Turkey and watch Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce. You're going to see the whole stadium on fire. The whole stadium. Yeah.
Hey, I would
engage. What I've seen those, like I've seen it like on Copa 90 or something like that. Like I've seen clips of it. That's bro.
But I see that's interesting though. Like I think this is something to think about. Is like, obviously you can do that in Germany and the Netherlands and all those other countries, but with all of like the safety stuff, especially with what we saw in Mexico with that the football game that went just absolutely y'all. I mean, I just don't know how to address
or like with the like Gage. I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure.
I'm talking about like the massacre, like where basically they just killed people. So like with all the safety precautions and stuff, like I just feel like there's not that level of trust of the American and North American citizens.
They trust
be like, let's bring flares.
Like, have you not heard like managers come out after a game and say, we love the fans for doing this, or they'll be like, next week we got a big game, fans, you better turn up. Bro, once we hear that is our sign. That's
the whistle blower. That's the dog whistle.
Guys, round up all your flares, all your firecrackers. Let's go. Let's make a big scene. I'm not gonna lie. If you look at my bank account and look at my bank statements, I'll say a good £100 gone on flares and firecrackers. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, bro. It's not. If I don't bring one, who's gonna bring it? Nah, I need to. I'll bring like a fat bag and I'll dish out. Yo, everyone, let's go. Yeah,
that's incredible.
I see. We need that type of stuff. We need that type of stuff in the States, dog.
You can't trust Americans. You can't trust Mexicans. You can't trust maybe Canadians.
Yeah, I see. When Canada qualified for the World Cup, like they did their big entourage and they big ceremony and whatnot. But I think the one like I really like want to touch on like the mentality, because you see us as European fans, we are so proud when we do stuff like that, because we know it's going to be noticed by everyone. They're going to know our club. Like, our club is going to be put on the map. for everyone to see. Even
and it comes from a place of pride and love and respect for the game.
100%, bro. 100%. We want to make our stadium the most intimidating stadium to come visit. If you're the away fans, you must be scared. You must come in a balaclava. Hide yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that. I get like the States, like we don't really like have those like those home crowds that like we're scared. You know what I mean? Like Lambeau is Lambeau because of like just the historical value, but nobody's like, I guess because of the weather, because it's like Gage can attest to this more. Like the games they're outside games just like soccer, but they play them at soccer. Man, just allow me, bro. Like
indulge. But, I mean,
like because it'll be like below freezing. Like it'll be like literally.
Oh, we don't
like
care.
10 degrees Fahrenheit from where we are.
Bro, we'll be in the piss poor rain. We can have snow, sleet, thunder, lightning. We're there selling out.
It doesn't matter.
You don't matter. We're out there, like 100%. Like we'll come in our trench coats and fill up that stadium. You don't.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
the only thing about Lambeau, I mean, obviously you mentioned the historical value and the home field advantage does go because of the cold, but like. Another reason is because they fill the stadium, but that's not really hard to do when it's an old stadium. You got everyone who lives in the city owns season tickets. So it's like that stadium is never not going to be full. But like the atmosphere is just not the same. Like you get to Lambeau and the fans aren't crazy. They're not doing anything to like.
You get me? They can't fill up that stadium.
Oh my god! Here he goes. Here he goes, bro. I kept seeing that clip of the FA Cup with us in Liverpool. And they kept sharing that fan section. I was like, bro, dog, like let it go, let it go.
Bro, I've been to the Etihad. It is one of the most dead, like say, no atmosphere, bro. It's horrible, bro. It's absolutely horrible. Like,
you see, you see the hate seething from him. It's seething, the hate coming from him.
It's radiating, man. It's everywhere.
Of course. Like one of my Old Trafford, I make sure Old Trafford is scary. Like scary hours, man. When you come to OT, it's gonna get the away fans. They'll have their little moment. Yeah. It's cute. It's cute what you're doing over there. You know, 70,000 plus area of United fans. Yeah, man, long day. But City. Like, I remember Pep Guardiola would come out and say,
I remember that.
Come to our games. Like, this is a serious game, big game. Like, was it not 5 or 6-0 against Leipzig? You man obliterated them. But you man barely sold your stadium. And it was like,
that's honestly, to be fair, we showing improvement because they say, I was noticing, like, the Madrid game, bro, we packed it out.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a great game to go to. The Madrid game was.
But notice, a lot of them are neutrals. So a lot of them are like, they don't support either club and they go to the stadium. There's one of them ones. Yeah. Manchester City fans are one of the easiest tickets to get because it's so cheap. Not a lot of them go because it's in Manchester. You get me? Like,
hey, I like that. Hey, because I'm planning, bro. I've been telling like my family, bro. I'm pulling up to England one of these days. I'm going to a game, bro. I got to. I got to.
For sure.
Listen, I think what we can dive to is like the different cultures within football from the American side and the European side, because when I look at the MLS, it's not appealing to me. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and watch, I don't know, like
LA Galaxy or something.
LA Galaxy.
My mind went blank. I don't know what the hell happened. Like, it's not appealing to me. Like, I'm thinking to myself, okay, who's their best player? I don't really know them like that. They're not putting up astronomical numbers. Like, the league isn't entertaining. There's no relegation or promotion. Like, it's a bit boring to me.
You know what it is? Like I'm with you on that. Like, it's boring. Like, I watch some of the games. Like, I'm a big football guy. Like, I watch Premier League, La Liga. I watch every Champions League. Like, everything like that. I'll watch it. MLS not so much. Like, I'll tune in every now and then to like see like, oh yeah, FC Dallas doing good.
You're an American, like, you live in the country and that's your main.
Yeah.
Like, it's so mad to me. Like, honestly.
But it's weird because like I'm not gonna lie, the stadium, like the atmosphere is nice, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure if you when you come down here and you get the chance to go to like an MLS game, you'll be like, bro, this is not like as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like, this is solid. Like, I can see why people go to these games. It's just the marketing and like bringing people in is so hard for them. You know what I mean? Because they're competing against the NFL, NBA and NFL and MLB. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard because you get the Hispanic fans that like they're ushered into this football culture, but they're like it's hard to get like the white Americans or like the black Americans to come watch this because you know what I mean. They're folks on other things.
Yeah, and I mean another big thing too is I feel like American football, or I guess American soccer, is different because they kind of want to create their own culture, but it's very derivative of everything else. And they also want to get rid of certain things. So we have a club team in San Antonio that's a league below the MLS. And I remember, this is actually really funny. So we used to do people used to go to the games and they like to do the puto chants, right? Those are awesome. They don't want us to do those anymore because I mean, you know, it's a bad word. It's not really something we should be chanting.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like that's culture here. It's tough, bro.
No,
like
it's like if I'm sitting behind the goalkeeper, like if I'm sitting behind the goalkeeper and behind the goal, like I think I had one game off the top of my head I can remember. I think it was Man United versus West Ham early this season, Carabao Cup, yeah. I think I was so close to it. I was literally like, I can reach out and touch the pitch. Well, I was that close, innit? So when you're that close, normally when you're abusing the players, like they can hear you because you're not in the stands anymore. You're around the front. And like that, like in the UK, we have banter. We have like banter culture. So we'll give you a little bit of abuse, but we expect the players to give us abuse back. Like, you know the ones like Mark Noble. I don't know if you guys are aware, but
West Ham captain.
West Ham captain, of course. He missed a penalty when he came off the bench against United. I don't know if you guys remember that. So in the London Stadium, so for Gage, West Ham played Man United in the London Stadium, and United were horrible that game. We were absolutely awful. They even scored. They scored, and I think it was like, damn, it's going to be a horrible game. Ronaldo scores for United first goal, and then out of nowhere, Jesse Lingard scores in the last minute of the game. Everyone's going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm thinking, I was at work that day, innit? I was going nuts at work. I was like, yeah, we shit house to win. We shit house to win. and then a foolish, I think, I don't know, someone gave away the penalty, but you can see the penalty, and I'm thinking, oh no. Then guess who I see warming up, coming on? Mark Noble. Mark Noble, to be fair to him, he's never missed a penalty in his career. Never. He's got 100%. He's always scored. However, a big factor is he's always scored because he's been on the pitch for a certain amount of time. So your legs are warm, you're used to the game tempo, your mind is sharp, you know what to do. He comes on, steps up, and misses. Oh my God. The hair saves, he missed the penalty, he's getting dogs abused by everyone. Everyone's laughing at him, trolling him. And then everyone had flashbacks to the Euros because Southgate brought on players like Sancho and Rashford to take penalties, but they missed because they weren't in game rhythm. You get it? So it's like cold legs. It's like bringing on a player and expecting him to drop threes.
Side note, I told Remy this on our episode. I'm so happy Sterling didn't take that penalty. I couldn't take that hate because I know he would have missed it. I love Sterling. He's one of my favorite ballers. Right, he would have missed it.
Did you not see the Germany game when he made that back pass to Muller and he dropped to the floor? Considering you, if Muller had scored, abuse from the whole country. Racial abuse from the whole country.
I talked to my friend Cal, like he's the Man United fan. Like we were watching the Madrid and City game this week. I said if Sterling was the one missing those chances like Mahrez and Foden, the hell they would have gave him.
Oh yeah, 100%. But so now going back to the United game. So every turn it was weird the way we got scheduled and the draw. We got drawn West Ham in the cup. So we played them in the league, now we played them in the cup. So I went to that cup game, and I sat right at the front. I was there. And it was one of them ones where Mark Noble played that whole game, and every time it comes on to take a corner from the side I was at, you can't, what's going abuse, we're going crazy. But laughing at him, say, you wanker,
you can't do
bro, it's cold. Like it's like we don't care, like, because when we give it, we know we can take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I do. I don't know what other fans are on, but like,
see, you can't.
I will never go over that line.
we don't go over to like us. Like I'm not gonna lie, it's certain cities. I'm pretty sure in English it's the same thing. Like certain cities, somebody gonna say that little N word gonna slip for some of them. Like it's gonna slip. It's gonna slip out from what it.
Boston,
Utah, like it's gonna slip. You know what I mean? It's like
those type of I feel like racism in America and racism in England is the exact same. However, it's more subtle in the UK than it is in America. So they mean the same, but they don't show it because they're UK folks. They feel like okay, like I'm surrounded by black guys. Like, let me not
do it here.
Whereas in America, you could be the only white guy and just scream it. And then,
and that's what I love. They the same guy everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm one of those guys. Like, say it to my face. You know what I mean? Don't go like,
I'm with you.
Hey, I love it. Like, come on, let's go. Like,
I'm with you. However, the only exception is at football games, because football games, like, everyone is shoulder to shoulder. So, like, if you're saying something foul like that, like, especially to a player, and I'm the same skin tone as a player, well, I don't care if it's opposition. I'm not gonna look at you funny. You're gonna look at me, what the hell? Like, you don't read the room. Like, you don't read the room.
Like I've called Gage how many times have I called you the players? Like nigga, like I've seen you go crazy at these players at the game.
Hey, the thing is, bro, there's a difference between like, the excitement of the game and the banter and being disrespectful and being racist and being just a complete douchebag. And that's what some American fans don't understand the difference. And also, at the same time, I think it has to, we have to talk about the American athletes. I mean, you talk about dishing it and taking it. We have American athletes who can't take the criticism, who can't take the banter. Kevin Durant's going to make a burner account and start tweeting about all of the fans who were saying he sucks in Game 4. Like, as athletes, there's got to be that middle ground where,
Ben Simmons, bad.
Yeah, Ben Simmons, too. Like, you gotta be cool with criticism. You gotta be cool with the banter.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, sometimes they take it over the top. Like, I thought, I don't know if you saw, but like when Kyrie Irving was playing, when Brooklyn was playing Boston, and he was flipping off the fans and doing all this rah. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, that's what this game is about. Like him sneaking on the sideline, like two middle fingers behind his head to the fans, like. That was funny to me, and to see that the league they find him like $50K or something like that. I'm like, dog, he's flipping off the fans, like, bro, let it go. Like, so Monty, it's not like he went in the stands and fought somebody. You know what I mean? That's different.
But Monty, so is that a norm? Because whenever a player does something like that on the field or on the court in American sports, they're always hit with a fine. They can't do anything that's not appropriate for an American athlete, I guess.
How they really feel, basically. They can't do their own self. I think I hate this because the rule is different for each player. I can't lie. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. So, Paul Pogba gets dogs abuse from everyone, even his own fans, United fans. Dogs abuse, and he hasn't said one bad thing about United. I can't lie. Since he's been there, he hasn't said a bad thing. The only thing that even me as a fan bothers me is his inconsistency with performances. One day he will be 11 out of 10 world class. The next day he'll put a stinker. I'd rather have someone that's a solid 7 for the whole season, because then I know I can rely on this guy. They're gonna perform.
Jordan Henderson.
Exactly. Yeah. However, if it's a Phil Foden, the rules aren't the rules. If I say they're gonna protect him because they know. Okay, England, we have a talent here. We need to look after him. Yeah. He's white. He's British. He's from Manchester. He's from the north. Being from the north is a big thing as well because
he checks all the boxes.
Yeah. We need to protect this guy. So Foden, his press and I saw him there was a video that got leaked to socials one day where Foden went to an event. He went to an event and fans were giving him the little your shit. How was the weekend? You lost, And then Foden was obviously, one of the guys went out, obviously. So he reacted. And was and then he got his mum involved as well to kind of back him and send him back into the room that he was in, so there's no more Phil Foden this, Phil Foden that, and it's rather them versus us type of situation. What happened? No one reported it. it was only the blog sites on Instagram and people on Twitter talking about it. No one in the press said anything. No paper reported it. It was as if it didn't happen, but we all knew it happened. You know that one.
Hey,
it's like the rules aren't the same for everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about it from a fan's perspective, and we talk about it from an athlete's perspective, and we also got to think about it from a media perspective, because I mean, this is what all of us want to get into, right? In the content creating and the media field, we got to make sure that we're telling the story correctly too, right? I mean, like, we just got to keep it like.
Now, speak for yourself. I'll be lying on these players.
All right. No. I'm just saying, like, we should probably mention these things and like speak up for these players. Like for Kyrie Irving, I don't think he deserves to be fined for that. I mean, Boston was giving it to him. They probably said some crazy things to him. And when you think about the history of like him and the organization, and I mean, this goes for every other sport to some degree. I mean, as long as he's not going up into the stands punching fans, I mean, you should let the player express themselves. It doesn't matter if.
As long as they don't take too much away, like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Too much away from the game. Like, if he arguing with a fan, like, while we're supposed to be playing, it's like, bro, sit your ass down, bro. Come on. Like,
there was a famous incident in the UK where Eric Cantona fly kicked a fan. Like, he karate kicked him into the. Like, he literally, like, was getting abused the whole game. And he said, you know what, I had enough. And he literally, whatcha? To the chest. Literally,
hey, that's like us with Malice in the Palace. Malice in the Palace,
like
in the.
For a year. He was banned for a year. Like, they didn't let him play for a whole year. It's like, you can't do that. Like, but the club still backed him. Like, they were like, listen, he was getting abused. But like, the one thing that I rate is that when clubs back the player, not the
league.
The league, because only certain circumstances. Because like, if you know morally what the right decision was, pick your side, you know. Like for example, United back in Eric Cantona, fair dude, because he was getting abused the whole game and he flipped. Like, we're all human at the end of the day. Like, I don't know why athletes get treated like they're robots. Like, they're humans, innit? So like, something took him over that line, and you need to get onto that fan the same way you need to get onto Cantona. But because Cantona is more high profile, plays for Manchester United, big player,
and let's be honest, like. Exactly. Let's be honest, like, especially with people of minority, you know what I mean? Not really. Cantona's not a person of minority, right? Like, I'm not tripping. Like, he's not undercover brother or nothing like that.
But no, Cantona isn't a minority, but he's French, and the English and French don't like each other. So it's like the press are getting at him a bit more and stuff. However, a case where that's wrong in terms of the fan backing the club backing the player was Suarez, when he racially abused Evra.
Bad.
And he and then the club came out and said, we're supporting Suarez. And at the time, it was like, whoa, like that is a madness. Like, that stinks, bro. What? You're backing a player that clearly, visibly on live television, racially abused another player. Like, that was when I was like, you have two sides, like literally black and white. One is right, one is wrong. And you're meant to make sure you know morally what the correct decision is and follow suit. You get me? But
I hear that, like, and not to like get into like too in depth, but because I know the situation is crazy, and I'm pretty sure United made the Greenwood shit like so sad, bro. It's like really like, hey, bro, like why did it have to be you? You know what I mean? Like, why did it have to be Greenwood? You know what I mean? Like, especially the amount of use that, like, Saka, Sancho, and Sterling, like, they just get on the regular. It's like, bro, like, why did you have to do that? That's what made me, like, one of, like, of course, the situation, but, like, that was one of the things that, like, made me upset, too, was, like, man, why did it gotta be one of us? You know what I mean?
I mean, I just wish there was, like, more of a mutual respect between the fans and I mean, just everybody in general, because you know, the players put up with a lot of shit, and, you know, the fans pay tickets. They deserve to go and have a good time and get to banter and stuff, but there's a line that we don't cross. And when you're throwing popcorn, you're spitting on them, you're calling them racial slurs. I mean, that rightfully so, we need to kick those fans out. They're not good for the sport. And for the athletes that are taking it off the court, off the field, off the pitch, they need to be punished too. I mean, there's a middle ground that we have to meet. And
of course,
that's really where it is.
I think we're gonna round it up, because I felt like we've gone a lot. We've gone on.
Yeah, bro, we've been going. Like, I'm having fun, dog.
I'm having fun, but we're gonna wrap it on one last topic, and then we're gonna go for some quick fire questions I normally give me my guests before we finish episodes. And my last topic before we finish was we touched on the MLS and we touched on American football in the sense of American soccer, should I say, to make sure people don't get confused with the NFL. But here in Europe, we have academies. We have club academies. And the school system isn't really taken into huge consideration like that. Whereas in America, you have academies and club culture, but it's not, you rather go to a D1 school and play college soccer and play for like a big school and then get drafted into the MLS. I wanted to know which system is more beneficial to the player, where like they're gonna get the best out of them, they're gonna get looked after and stuff like that. And a follow-up question to that is, should either side, whether it's the Americans and the Europeans, should either side look at each other for improvements in their own system, or is one system better than the other?
Can I open this up?
Yeah, you go ahead.
So for me, I think the Americans should be looking to Europe, because right now, the way that at least I perceive it from playing soccer or playing American soccer all of these years, for me, I was playing on a club team. My parents didn't have a lot of money, so we played for one of the lower league teams where we didn't have to pay that much for me to play. But eventually, I played enough. I was good enough to get an invitation to be on or get an invitation for a tryout for the national team. But that was through my club. And they didn't let me play high school soccer because I was playing high school football. So all of it came through the club. But the problem that I'm seeing with club soccer in the United States is it's really about money. If you have a lot of money and can go to one of the more prestigious clubs, you're going to get more scouts coming out to look at you from, high division 1 colleges or MLS teams or whatever it may be. You don't really see that at high school games. So I think club is definitely the priority, but I mean, even then the college system is messed up too, because there are a bunch of Division 1 universities that don't have men's soccer teams or women's soccer teams. So,
bro, I saw like one thing that I've noticed, especially like being an international, like I've noticed with obviously family, my mom wants me to graduate. Why? Because she's never gone to university, so I'm a first gen. So she's saying, because of what I wasn't able to achieve, I wanted to go ahead and achieve it and be the first in our family to go do it. So okay, cool. So I was caught in a catch-22. I was like, I know I can be a footballer, but all right, mom, cool. I'll go uni. Mm-hmm. At the time, my coach was like to me, my club coach in England was like I can't lie, you're a good player. You had like a lot of clubs going for you. Why don't you go to America if your mom wants you to go uni and you want to play football? You can do both. It's the best of both worlds. Both of them are knitted together. I was like, at that time, I was like, wow, like, there's actually an option to go to the US and learn and be an athlete, student athlete kind of like. I was like, all right, cool. When I was doing my research to see what schools I can actually get into after doing my SATs, I was like, raw. A lot of these big schools don't have men like football teams. I was like, whoa, like the programs are just women, or like there'll be a women, like for example, my cousin told me, because he even tried himself, he wanted to go to a big school in Minnesota, because he had family there and he wanted to be close to his family.
Probably University of Minnesota, yep.
There's no, in the whole of the Minnesota conference, so you can have Minnesota, I think the Dakota is next to it, and a bit of Iowa underneath, the northern Iowa. That whole region has no men's football. I was like, wow, that is...
we talked a little bit about it on the episode with Remedy, which, by the way, if you guys haven't checked that out, Remedy is a super nice guy, super cool.
Go check it out.
Cool guy, friend of the show.
Yeah, Remedy was super cool. But we were telling him a little bit about it, and it's because of the Title IX initiative that came into college athletics. And basically, it was just an equality thing to ensure that women's sports were getting the same amount of attention. So they took away a lot of the men's soccer programs
to lift up the women's, you know what I mean?
Lift the women's,
because there's not sometimes they go hand in hand, but sometimes like there's no women's like American football, you know what I'm saying?
It comes at the risk. So like if if there's a school that has a women's and a men's soccer team, they might not have a men's basketball team, or they might not have a football team. Like they have to trade up one of these. So like
they have to give and you take. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You have to give and take. So like Texas, me and Ethan go to Texas State. We have women's soccer, but not men's soccer, because we have football, we have basketball, we have like track. You know, so.
Oh, so basically, men's football is the casualty in all of this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That is,
and it's bullshit.
Because if you think about it, like a lot of the American athletes, like really, like I'm not speaking for myself, but I'm just speaking like in general, especially like black athletes. Because let's be honest, that's what most of the program is going to be: black athletes, like black male athletes. Football is going to be like the fourth choice. You know what I mean? American football, basketball, even baseball. It's all above like soccer, football. You know what I mean? Like. So I get why they're thinking that. They're like, bro, like this is like the fourth choice, and I get you, like, people, there's a market for it.
And that exact thought is why I believe the MLS will never achieve what they want to achieve, because that very idea and thought process is like, if the colleges are not respecting football, why should the league then? How the league gonna prosper? Because think about it, you're now. So let's say, for example, for argument's sake, there's 100 D1 schools. Yeah, I know there's way more. But I'm just saying, for argument's sake, it's 100, yeah? So let's say 70 have women's football, 30 men's football. Then you have the odd miscellaneous schools that do both and they do a bit of everything. But the MLS, which is the men's league for football, they're gonna look at the numbers from the colleges and be like, rah, we're just recruiting the same college student athletes every year. So, for example, off the top of my head, Tulsa University, yeah, because I went to a uni not too far from there. Tulsa University have a D1 men's soccer program. So, obviously, there's going to be a lot of those boys that will be eligible for the draft, for the super draft.
Mm-hmm.
What ends up happening is majority of the super draft is made up from the same schools, because there isn't a diverse amount of schools that offer men's soccer programs. And then, if that's the case, the youth players that are going to come into the league, they're probably already going to know each other. They're probably not going to be at the standard that should be, because think about it, the more choice you have, the better competition there is, the higher the level is.
Yep.
You get it? So all of the above, and then you look at, I don't know the name for the women's league. I think it's NSW. I don't know.
NWSL, National Women's Soccer League. Yeah.
So obviously the quality of that league, respective to the gender, is way more. There's way more quality compared to the men's, because the men's don't have a lot of programs to go like feeder. There's not a lot of schools to feed their talent into the system.
And another problem too is, I mean, you look at a league like the NBA, where you've got all these other basketball programs, and there are some schools that don't have men's basketball teams, but majority of them do. But even if not, like even if you don't want to draft somebody from high school or college, you can go overseas and get a guy like Jokic or Luka, because they want to come to the NBA. There's no incentive for a European player to leave Europe to go play in the United States. It's dumb.
The only incentive is to go there, get minutes, improve, and
get money. Even then,
get money and then go, and they'll literally bounce. Like I saw Ethan.
Zlatan did that. Zlatan was there for like one season, right?
Yeah. Hey, to be fair, it was a live ass one season though.
Yeah,
he went crazy.
But why do you think he went crazy? Because he was playing at a whole different level. He was a god compared to everyone else on the field. Let's keep it a buck.
Serie A, like he's doing his thing. Don't get twisted, but he's not doing amazingly well in Serie A. Like he's doing okay, but I think Giroud gets more highlights because Giroud is doing more things. And this is a man that came from LA Galaxy back to the Serie A, back to Europe, and he's struggling with the national team. He's doing decent at Milan, but they expected him to do better.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with age, though.
Yeah.
Of course. I was about to say that. Like, his longevity is undeniable. He's been playing for the last 22 years. Since I've been on this planet, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been playing every single season. And I'm 22 years old. So, like, this guy's been out here for time, yeah? But it just goes to show there's levels in the league. And like I saw Zlatan say something on a show one time, and he's like, the entry to get into football is so expensive. It's seen as like a middle class, upper class sport. It's almost compared to like golf and tennis. Is like, hold on, the game that's for the street is being like like kids.
It's pay to play. That's what it is.
It's pay to play. It's pay to play. Like I see in the town that I'm in, like I see kids that play for the AU clubs. I'll talk to them and be like, oh, how you guys doing? Yeah. Like, how's the season going? He's like, wishy-washy. I was like, why? He said, a lot of boys drop out because they can't afford to keep up with the payments. I was like, wow, like, how much are they saying grand? I'm thinking, oh my God, I have never paid grand to play football, bro. Man has never, like, in the UK, the most he plays is the most, Sunday league, this is the lowest level of English football. Couple hundred just to keep the club afloat. Just to give the couple hundred. That's it. That's not hard. Everyone can get a couple hundred. But grand, that is people's wages and salaries for the month. That is outrageous for me. I was like, wow,
that's how it is for American soccer. I had like I said, growing up, I had a lot of friends who were well off, like were making more money, and they were playing at these clubs that were thousands of dollars. They had nicer kits, these state-of-the-art things, and you know, my club, we didn't even have a place to practice half of the time. Like we had to go and like rent some place to go practice because, you know, we were paying a couple $100. We still go over there and kick their asses. Something's not.
The math ain't mathing
up. Yeah, the math ain't mathing here, man.
Yeah, for sure. Well, now, lads, thank you for jumping on today. Like, listen, it's an absolute blast.
This is live.
We should be thanking you, man.
Like we're international now.
I know.
Yeah, you are. Honestly, you are. Like, don't get twisted. Like, a few boys were messaging me saying, "You guys American guys, listen, man. These dogs,
I appreciate it.
Listen, they're gonna get so much love when you come to London for sure. Like, so much love. You need to come through.
Love it, man.
Come to London, man.
Bro, I'm being for real. The day me and Gage pull up, we going to a game. I don't care what game we go to. We pull up to a game. I'm coming up with all the jerseys I got.
Ethan, hey, let's set it up right now, man. You and me, let's start working our tails off, save up some money, make a trip up to London, man.
We go for a weekend.
A weekend? Nah, I want to stay there a whole week, 2 weeks, man.
Well, chill. I still gotta pay for all these OnlyFans subscriptions I bought.
Oh, brother.
Quick 5 questions before we wrap up.
I'm ready.
We're gonna start. You're Argentine. You prefer Argentina in the world in international competitions, right?
Yeah.
And you're Mexico.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, question number 1 is the 2034 World Cup. Actually, no, this is actually true. It's the 2026 World Cup in America. Argentina and Mexico play each other in the final, and you managed to find tickets for the final. The only problem is your wife-to-be is in labor and is expected to give birth on the day of the final. What do you do?
Me and Gage are in agreement, man. She gonna have to wait another day. We got a game to watch. She gonna have to hold it in one more day. She got to hold it in, man. We got that game to watch. She can't be doing that to me, man.
Hey, honestly, I mean, you saw it with the Super Bowl. Was it Van Jefferson, right? Who had just won the Super Bowl, and after the game, I guess it's different because he's a player, but he was like, after the game, he found out that his wife gave labor, and he's like, all right, no, now let's get to the hospital. Like, you just finished the game, so I think your priorities are straight, though, Ethan, I think, right? Like,
because like if we win, I'll tell my kid like in 10 years.
I can have another kid too, right?
I get your mom has like, I get your mom hates me, and it looks like she hates me, but it's okay. It was worth it, dog. Like, I saw Messi win the World Cup, dog. It was worth it. I love you.
Not Messi. You mean Mexico wins the World Cup, right?
Yeah, all right. And I'm 6 foot tall. We gotta keep dreaming.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, question number 2. Sticking on wife-related topic, would you rather go through the labor process instead of your wife, and she's gonna have 3 children? They're gonna take all of that, or have your wife's period until she's 50?
Can you repeat the question? I think the audio is a little.
Okay. Okay, my bad, my bad. So the question is, would you rather go through the labor process and deliver 3 children instead of your wife, or have your wife's period until she's 50?
Oh,
That's a tough one. Cause I've been with you.
I would say I would probably say the 3 kids, because I mean, from all of the things that, I mean, I grew up with women all my life. They say periods suck, and if I had to do that till I was 50 every month, I'd rather just do the 3 and get it out of the way.
You, Ethan?
I'm gonna have to agree, man. Like, I just can't imagine like a whole a whole week of the month. Like, sorry guys, I'm just gonna be a bitch for a week. No. I changed my mind. I want that one. I want the period. Because I have an excuse to be a dickhead for a week. Like,
okay.
And what are you gonna? I have like a built-in excuse. Like, sorry, like I just don't fuck with you. Oh, why? Because I'm off here. Yeah. I choose that one. Yeah.
All right. Hey, we should.
Hey, I'm big braining it, dog. I'm big braining it.
Ethan, hold on. Hey, you should be glad I'm here, because hold on. Let me make a broad statement. We respect women. We love women.
Oh yeah, we're feminists. We're feminists.
Yeah, we are feminists.
We just had our first female guest on the podcast the other day. Yeah.
Oh yeah. By the way,
we're feminists, dog.
Go check out.
Solo female guest, I should say. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So, your reasons for them answers are very questionable. We like them. Question number 3: would you rather have your camera roll exposed or your messages?
Camera. Camera. I don't take dick pics. I don't take dick pics that much no more. I used to have my prime pass. Wait, but my messages be crazy, bro. I be getting crazy shit off. Yeah. I can't have my messages be read. No.
Could you repeat it, Monty? What was it?
So would you rather have your camera roll exposed or your messages?
I feel like, shit, this is tough.
Hey, Gage, I know you missed the attachment 1. I know you be sending those. Come on, man.
Nah, I mean, I guess there's a level of comfortability that you have to have with your body for those pictures to come out, right?
No. You just gotta be horny. You just gotta be horny, dog. Come on, dog. You overthinking this, bro.
Yeah,
I would say messages are a little private. I don't want that coming out. So
yes, sir.
I'll do. Yeah.
All right, no worries.
These are great questions, bro.
These are great ass questions.
They're making me think, man.
Listen, it's gonna get even more. Use your brain. All right, question number 4. Would you rather accept everything that came your way or reject everything that came your way?
Ooh, that's philosophical with it. Ooh, that's hard. Really... I'm gonna just pick
everything
one.
You say yes to and you can't go back.
Because I've seen that. What's the movie called? Yes Man. It's with Jim Carrey, right? Where he says yes to. No, is it Jim Carrey or is it with Steve Carell? I confuse my wife all the time. My fault, man. It's one of those two. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be the optimist today, man. I'm gonna flip with Gage, man. I think I'm gonna be a yes man. I feel like just opportunities, man. Like they're hard to come by. Like,
for you to be put in mad situations, and you have to say yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you see that guy?
Hey.
Just drop a. And
yeah.
Hey, Ethan, like, you want to get butt fucked by that guy?
Well, bro, come on. Gage, come on, bro.
Hey, you might say yes anyways.
I haven't came out yet. Come on, it's not 2023 yet. Come on, bro. You gotta keep it under wraps, dog.
That's fair. But I mean, yeah, you would be put into some pretty precarious situations.
Yeah, but if I say no to everything, then nothing happens.
That's true.
No, not really. You just go at the same rate that you're going at.
You just have to be the one to go seek stuff out. You just have to be the one. Is that?
That's the thing. That's what I would always say. I know my answers for all of this. Like, I'm the host. Of course, I have my answers. But my answers for this one would be say no, reject everything. Because if other people say yes for me, then I'm still progressing. It's just I'm not saying yes.
I get that.
That sounds a good reasoning, Monty. I'm
That's a
going
good
with you.
answer. That's a good answer. Yeah.
Question number 5. Would you rather be able to read minds or be invisible?
Oh, I'm a freak. I'm invisible. You know what time I'm on. You know what
I know
time
why,
I'm on.
bro.
Come on. Plus, there's certain things like reading minds. Certain things I don't need to hear. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like, let's say, bro, like you with your friend, not even with your friends, you just like in
Bro,
public, and
I
somebody's.
want to know. If I'm linking a girl and she's having these crazy thoughts saying, I don't want to be here, man. I'm just here for vibes. Bro, I'm dipping. Nice seeing
I'm,
you in a bit.
I'm with you on that, but like the other stuff, like man, I hate I hate that wrinkle that he got on his shirt, or like the way his eye twitches. Like I don't like it just throws me off. You know what I mean? Like
so you're saying like from an ego point of view, where like
yeah, like you
someone's
just
mind
end up
and they're
being
like,
so
God, that guy
self-conscious
Ethan is
about
such
everything.
a piece of
Like you'll be
shit."
so self-conscious. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I don't know how you could do it.
that's fair, but I think you would just have to be strong enough to absorb it, because I feel like reading minds is way more useful than being invisible. Like
100%, bro. What? If let's say, I don't know, Man United want to work with me, and in their head is like, our budget is like 1 mil, but we're going to say 100K just to throw it on. Bro, I'm going to go for that 1 mil. You get me? But if I didn't know, by not reading the mind, I would have said, 100K, oh, that's life change. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
They would have saved 900 grand. You get me? Like,
yeah,
I get that.
I think it's reading
I get
minds.
that. But also think about it. Think of all the places you can sneak in if you're invisible. You could sneak in a plane, right? You could free trips everywhere. You could just be chilling.
That's very, very
You know what I
true.
mean?
Very,
And
very
sneak other places, but that's for the Patreon. That's for the OnlyFans.
Oh, brother.
Alright, question number 6. Would you rather owe money or owe a favor?
Oh, a favor.
Oh, a favor.
Really?
Yeah, I hate owing money, bro. I hate being those guys. I hate giving people money, like, and being the guy to ask for it back. I hate that. Like, if I give you something, dog, keep it. Like, I'm not finna, like, I just hate that awkward, like, interaction. Like, every time I see you, I can't even just enjoy the time that we spent with. Like, imagine this, right? Imagine I lent Gage like $30. I lent Gage $30, and he said, "Oh yeah, I got you back." Every time I see him, I'm thinking, bro, like,
Where's my $30?
Where's my $30, bro? Like, I can't like enjoy the time I have with him, because the whole time I'm thinking, bro, this guy is really fucking sitting here laughing at all these dumbass jokes when he owes me $30. Like, I can't be that guy. Plus, I feel weird like when I owe somebody money. Like, I hate like, oh, I forgot my wallet somewhere and the guy owed me lunch. You know, I hate having that somebody have that like over my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and for me, I would rather do owe me a favor, just because like you can kind of just
Negotiate the favor.
like negotiate the favor. Yeah, exactly. So like for me, like me and Ethan, like we owe each other favors all the time. Like
Yeah.
if I edit. All right, no, I don't know why you were looking at me like that, but
My fault.
but I mean, like sometimes, I'll cover food for us one day, like after an episode. Maybe Ethan will do it next time. Like it's just kind of.
Or it's like I'll drive to this
Equivalent
place.
exchange.
I'll drive to this party, but the next time Gage gonna hook it up. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather do that, dog.
I can't lie. I'm the opposite to you guys. I'm owe money. I'd rather owe money because I know where the buck stops. You get it? Whereas favor is a bit ambiguous. So like it's a bit in gray areas, and I don't like gray areas. I like black and white. I know.
That's fair.
I want to know if I owe someone $100. Alright, here's your 100. Keep it moving. Like I don't want them to be like, oh, 150. Oh, what? You owe me a favor. Alright, because a favor could be like, oh, let's say you're off now. Let's say you work with, let's say ESPN, for example, yeah. And then someone that you owe the favor like from time back hollers you like, yeah, Ethan, Gage, you know that time when I done you that favor, like, yeah, run me this, and it's like, when is that gonna stop? You get it?
I hear what you mean.
Bread.
Yeah.
Listen, money comes and goes. It's always in circulation. I'm telling you.
That's
it is
fair.
what it is.
That's fair.
Hey, that's logical reasoning. I gotta respect that.
But my whole thing is, I know if I owe somebody a favor, it's gonna be a good story coming out of it. You know what I mean? Like the amount of times I like my friends owe me favors, and the way I twist them, like I just get a great ass story out of one of them. Like something crazy happens, I'm like, man, this was worth it, man. This was really worth the favor.
Literally. All right. Question number 8. No, question number 7. Would you rather go to war or go to jail?
Bro, that's tough, bro. I'm
Neither?
I'm like, is that
Pick a side.
Damn. This is tough.
Because I don't want, like, bro, I say war. Bro, I'm gonna be a softie in jail. I already know I'm gonna be a bottom in jail. I already know, dog. Bro, it's gonna be long for me, dog.
That's like, good reasoning, though.
I'm cute and I'm like, bro, I'm cute. I'm light skinned and I'm like 5'5", bro. Bro, I'm gonna be the Zion Williamson of the prison draft, bro. They gonna be all. I want to trade up to get him, bro. Dog, I can't do that, dog.
You're gonna win softest mouth of the penitentiary,
bro. All right, relax, dog, relax, bro. Dickhead.
But it's okay because I'm in that same boat, bro. I would not survive in prison. So give me war too, I guess.
Right, give me war, man.
Monty, what about you, man?
Oh, I said go jail, bro. No, as long as you group yourself with the hard niggas, yeah, you're Gucci.
Well, hold on. So can we also talk?
But that's the thing. I talk, bro, Monty, bro. I talk crazy, bro. That's the thing. I play too much and I talk crazy.
And also,
it's gonna be long for me.
Is there a huge difference in the criminal system, like the criminal justice system, in terms of here and?
Massive difference, bro. Massive difference.
Yeah. So see, for like
in America, you get put behind bars until you're cleared. In the UK, you're on bail until you get charged, and then you go behind bars. So
okay, so I would do jail do jail in Europe, jail in Europe or in the United States.
I chill at home, yeah.
Makes sense. Alright, would you rather be the best dressed or the best looking? You can't be good.
Well, I'm both anyways, so it's kind of hard. Like,
yeah, right, Ethan.
There's one idiot that says that every week. Oh, I'm both. Shut up, bro. Answer the question.
Best dress.
Okay.
Because you can be ugly and look fly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I would go better, like good looking, because you will always look good looking. Even if you're wearing a trash bag, you'll look good looking. So, what do you think, Monty?
Best. Oh, I said best dress.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because like, it's a lot of places you can't go, like dressing bad. You know what I mean?
That means I can go to any place and they're gonna look at, wow, look at the way he color coordinated that.
Yeah.
And then automatically you're gonna build an aura, and then they're gonna think you're good looking.
Besides, what do the girls be saying? They love medium ugly guys. You can be a medium ugly guy and dress fly.
I don't even know what that shit means, bro. I don't know what that shit means.
I know. Hey, when we get on our podcast, we're gonna start talking about what they actually mean, dog.
Oh, brother.
Would you rather? Another question. Would you rather go travel back in the past or travel into the future?
Go back in time.
Go back.
Ooh, okay. Hold that thought. The follow-up question is: would you rather be at the start of time or the end of time? So see how the world started, or see how the world ended.
I started. My anxiety would whoop my fucking ass. With the future, my anxiety. Yeah, I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
that's so tough. Ah, man, you're really making me think about this, man.
The way I'm seeing it is like being a passenger. You know what I mean? Like you're there, but you're not like. It's not like I'm walking around with the dinosaurs and shit like that, or like the snails and stuff like that.
You're observing what's going on.
Yeah, like I'm observing. You know what I mean? I have a pretty good idea of how the world is gonna end. Like I have a pretty everything gonna be hot. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Everything's gonna be really hot or really wet. Like it's no in between. It's one or the other.
Ethan has his mind set up for Gage.
I think I might have to go with the start too, man. I think that would answer a lot of my questions about the universe and about the world. So, and I mean, I feel like if the world ended, I would be left with more questions than answers. So, I think I'll go with the beginning.
That's fair. All right. Next question: would you rather lose all your money or lose all your memories?
Money.
Can't.
Easy one. Come on, light work.
No, you'd be surprised. There's people that said lose memories. I'd rather be rich and not know you. You know the ones. So,
that's great. Well, that's crazy. I don't have any money. I don't have any money right now. I love my memories. I love my friends. I love my family. So.
Yeah.
All right. Last couple questions. Would you rather have immeasurable success or marry the love of your life? You can't do both.
I love my life.
So there's the terms and conditions for this one.
But I can still marry. I can still marry.
Yeah, you can.
Is it like one? Like I have a question. Is this?
Yeah. So basically,
is it gonna be like?
What you're saying is you're gonna have immeasurable success, but marry like a needy person, like someone that you're not really feeling like that. You're not really like you're married, but the heart-to-heart connection isn't there. Or you're gonna have relative success, but you're gonna marry the love of your life. So your success is relative to what you're doing now, but you're gonna marry the love of your life. Or you can have the immeasurable success, so like I don't know, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos kind of money, do whatever you want. Yeah.
I just love your life. You know what I mean? That's the reason why we try to get this success is to eventually get in the spot where we can enjoy the loves that we have in our life. You know what I mean? So I've already got that. I don't necessarily need this success to go along with it. Of course, I have like relative success, but I guess I'll be the softie. I go with the love.
That's tough. I think I'm gonna go with relative success because if I make millions of dollars, I can take care of my mom and my dad and my brother and stuff like that. So, and I mean, those are people I love too. Like that. Obviously, finding the woman you love is a different love, but I don't know. I feel like relative success would probably be the one I take. What about you?
An ultimate question. Oh, but my answer is immeasurable success. I don't mind.
Yeah, I
don't mind. Like you see me, like I'm a softie, but at the same time, life is life. You know.
Yeah.
And as long as the person that I get married to is a good person with the kids and is child friendly and stuff. That's fine by me. I can be sitting multi-story mansion, stuff like that. Yeah. Relative success is like, it's nice. I think it hits harder because you have everything around you, but then the thing is you're always going to compare yourself to someone. But when you're already that someone, then very top, it's just like, you're just looking down on things like, what you say, you good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Alright, so ultimate question. Would you rather have a nice house or a nice car?
Oh, house.
House too. Yeah.
Okay, cool. You'd be surprised.
You're spending
what's a car?
Because you know what I mean. You spending the bulk of your day like, depending on what you like in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta enjoy that. Because if you don't enjoy where you live, dog, like bro, that must be like the most miserable feeling.
Imagine you invite me to your house. I want to come to it and like it's gonna be impression. It's gonna be a big impression. Like, wow, Ethan's got this house. Gage has got this house. What? But if you got a nice car, it's like, alright, what? Where do you sleep? In this little bungalow here.
Yeah. Plus, me and Gage was talking about this the other day. Like, the older we get, like, the more I understand, like, my pops in the sense, like, bro, I just want peace and quiet, dog. I just want to walk in, everything is clean, and, like, it's just not loud. Like, that's all I want. Like, I can deal with everything else. Like, those two things, like, I get it. Like, the older I get, like, I get my pops. And
I hate how that comes with age. I hate how that comes with age, and you don't know that he is young when you're younger.
Yep.
Like, I hate when you learn about it when you grow up, but then when you're young and your parents are telling you, you're like, man, I want to have fun. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. Because you're just like, bro, I just want to be loud. I just want to grab all this stuff. Like, I want to hang out with my friends. And, like, bro, like, I wish I knew that. Like, man, I don't got to do that every day. I don't have to do that every day.
Exactly. All right, final question. Would you rather explore the sea or space?
Space.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think I'm going space too.
I think space. I'm a big sci-fi like junkie. Like I'm a big sci-fi junkie. So I guess like just that whole like all those mysteries like my creativity would just go off the wall, like my imagination.
Okay. I feel like with exploring the sea, you would see. I guess it didn't mean to be a pun,
Pun intended.
but you would mostly get like, just see a bunch of creatures that you've never seen before. And I mean, that's cool, but I feel like scientifically it would be even crazier if we could explore all of space and the universe and for the greater good.
I'm the same with you guys. I love explore space too. I can't lie. Like I put this. Oh, what? Really? Just to make sure the guests feel like, oh, they answered the question wrong, make them double guess themselves. But I'm with you. I'm space.
Yeah.
Too. But that wraps up everything. Listen, lads, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming down on Zoom. Obviously, for the people. Listen, your socials and the podcast socials will be going up throughout the episode. So guys that are watching, go and give them a follow, go check them out. They've done many other episodes. And listen, there will be more collabs in the future. So if you don't smash the like button, then you're not going to see the future stuff that we do with these two. Yeah, them two. Alright, so listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Gage, for coming on. It's been a blast.
Appreciate it, Monty, man. Like, I really appreciate it, dog.
No, for real.
I guess the only thing is like, don't let Gage fool you. The Dallas Cowboys is the greatest sports franchise in the world. Like, don't let them fool you guys.
Hey, on that note, peace. In a minute.
Bet, dog.
Love.